Hello everyone, so we'll be focusing on grade 4, week 7 math CA. Let's start. So what is the warmest city? Let's check. So remember the warmest city is going to have a less negative number because whenever you go towards the positive, it means the temperature is increasing. I'm talking about the negative numbers. So -2 is going to be warmer than -5. So what is -2? That's going to be Berlin. So you're going to choose that. What is the temperature in Paris? So what is the temperature in Paris? Now they're saying the Paris is 11 degrees warmer than Minsk. So where is Minsk? It's -10 and it's going to be 11 degrees warmer. So let's make a number line again. Let's make a 0 here and -10. So let's write, right? So minus because it's becoming warmer, so we're going to go towards the right. So -10, -9, -8. I made the number line small. -7, -6. It's not going to fit. 1 minute. Let me remove this. So let's just make it line, like a long line. So -10, -9, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -1, sorry, -3, -2, -1. Write as many as you can, mostly till you reach the positive numbers. 0, 1, and 2, and 3. Now let's jump. Paris is 11 degrees warmer than Minsk. So what is Minsk? Minsk is -10. So 11 degrees warmer. So we're going to go on this side, but jump 11 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So what is that? 1. Where did we reach? 1. So this is the easiest way of doing it, and you can actually see if you're making any mistake in jumping, right? The next one here, which rod is 3/4 of rod A? So again, off means multiplication. So they're saying x, we can say x or box. Off means multiplied is of rod A. So 3/4 of rod A, right? So rod A, sorry, let me write this again. So they're saying which rod is 3/4 of rod A? So 3/4, 3/4 times rod A. Now what is rod A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 8, right? Is equals to box. So we have 3/4 of rod A, which is. So is always is the missing one is the equal sign. So we're supposed to solve it and get the answer. So we know that 4 is in the 8 is in the multiplication of 4, so we can divide here by 4. Divide here by 4. We get 3 over 1 times 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Now you cannot just directly write the answer, but we know that the rod, which is 3/4 of rod A, has 6 blocks. It's 6 blocks long. So let's check which one is 6 blocks long. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's rod D. Let's go to the next one. What is 50% of rod C? Now 50% means half. So let's go and check how many blocks is rod C, and 50% of that is what we're looking for. So half of rod C is what we're looking for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And half of this will be, we know half of 10 is 5. You can also divide half divided by 2. So you'll get 5. Remember, whenever we're halving something, so we're dividing it by 2. So 5. So where is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rod E. Now they're asking us, now fill in the fraction in the lowest term. So rod B is what fraction of rod E? So rod B, let's see, how many blocks is it? 1, 2, 3. It's 3 blocks of rod E, 5. So how many blocks is rod E? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 blocks. So rod B is 3 out of the 5 blocks, right? What is the length of B related to your rod E? It's 3/5 of rod E. That's what we're trying to look for there. So here, what is the question is what is rectangular length of 5 centimeters with 2 centimeters? Remember the perimeter, you can add all the sides. So 2 is here and 5. The opposite side of rectangle are same. So that's why I wrote a 5 here and 2 here. Just add them. 5 plus 5 is 10. plus 2 plus 2 is 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 2 is 4. 10 plus 4 is 14. The next one, the square side length is 7. Now square has all sides equal. So 7, 7, and 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7. You can do it 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. But I always say practice shortcuts. That will be easier for you. The more you practice them, the more you will get them accurately. That's what I always tell the students that I tutor, is that the more you practice how to do things faster, the more math will become easy for you. So 7 is being repeated, right? How many times is it repeating? 4 times. So we multiply it 7 times 4, which is 28. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and please don't forget to subscribe. You also have my email to reach out if you want group sessions or you want a session for yourself. For any questions, even if it's like 2-3 questions, you can reach out. So what is the perimeter of an equilateral triangle if each side measures 9 centimeters? So 9 centimeters, it means equilateral triangle means that all the sides are 9, 9, and 9. So what is the perimeter? Just add them. 9 plus 9 plus 9, again, it's 9 plus 9 plus 9. You can make it simpler for yourself, 9 times 3, which is 27. You can either add it like this or 9 times 3, whichever way is easy for you. Next, the perimeter of a square is 16 feet. So the perimeter of a square is 16 feet. What is the length of the square? Now remember, keep that in mind. They gave the total answer. So they added a number over and over and over again, right? So they multiplied a number by another number that was being repeated to give you 16. Now remember, square has all equal sides. And how many sides does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to divide this 16 by how many sides? By 4 sides equally. Why? Because this 16 is going to be divided in here equally, in here, and in here. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. Now, perimeter of an equilateral triangle, again, it's going to be equilateral like this. It's going to have 3 sides that are equal. And then your 24, now you want to divide this equally between this side, this side, and this side. How can we do that? We can divide by 3. Whenever we divide by 3, we're going to divide the 24 into equal sides. Equal sides. In this side, it will be equal in this one and this one. So 3 of the sides will have the equal measure. So 24 divided by 3, what do you get? 8. Remember, all of these sides are equal. That's why we wanted to distribute the 24 equally. So what can we do? We can divide by the number of sides to distribute it. Now here, what is the total distance of Chris swam on Saturday and Sunday? So Saturday and Sunday, you can just add them. So let's write the bigger number first. 4.35 plus 3.5. Remember to put the decimal number below the decimal number. So it'll be 5 here, 8 here, 7 here. So 7.85. Now here, how much further did he swim on Thursday and on Wednesday? Remember, he's swimming on Thursday, 5.25. Then on Wednesday, let's make it smaller because the length is smaller, 2.75, right? Now, this length is what they want, that how much further did he swim? So I'm going to subtract out of the 5.25 the 2.75. So I'm going to remove all of this so I can find out how much further he swam. So 5.25, subtract that by 2.75. Then you can subtract this, you can cross this, you can do it the way that you usually subtract. It will become 4, this will become what? This will become 12. 5 minus 5 is 0. So this is 5 and 4, 2.5. Remember, the decimal place will fall down in the same place below in the answer. So 2.5. Remember, another tip that I'll give you while you're doing this question is that check if it's in kilometers or they're changing the unit here. And here, how far does Chris swim on Sunday? Again, what is Sunday? You're getting as 4.35. Now, 4.35 is in kilometers. If you want to convert that into meters, what do you do? Remember, whenever you will multiply it by 1,000. So you're going from kilometer, a bigger unit, to a smaller unit, and you need to memorize how many times you're going to move. So 3 times to reach meters. So what is that going to be? Times 1,000. Remember, whenever you go from a smaller unit, sorry, from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply. Multiply, and kilometers to meters, in that case, we're multiplying by 1,000. So how many times are we going to move the decimal point? 3 times. 1, 2, 3, because we have 3 zeros. So 4350. Now in here, your cube, it's whenever you're finding the area, the volume of a cube, what do? You just multiply this side. The side will bopper and the side and the side on the side. So 5 times 4 times 3. So now what is 5 times 4? That's 20. 20 times 3 is 60. So we got 60 here. So here, what are they doing? They're telling you the perimeter. The perimeter, the easiest way to do this is to count how many blocks are in each side. So you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. So it's going to be 2 here. And then again, this block will be counted on this side. So 1, 2, 3. And then 1 here. When you add all of them, what do you get? So 3 plus 3, what are you getting? 6. And then plus 2. 3 plus 3 is 6. Plus 2, you get 8. Plus 5. And then you have plus 5 again. And then you have, you have 5 plus 5. No, that's not 5. That's 8. Plus 8 plus 1. That gives you 22. Sorry, this one is 8. My bad. So this is 22. Let's go to the next one. The area of the garden is 18 square meters, right? So 18 square meters. Now, what are they telling us in the question is that the area of the garden, 18 square meters, which diagram shows the new garden has a smaller area, same area, sorry, but a smaller perimeter. Now, remember, how do you get 18? You're multiplying, what are you multiplying? The length times the width. Now, what can 18 be? In our multiplication, where do we get 18? 6 times what? 3, and 9 times 2. So now here they're saying that 9 times 2 is what? So whenever you think of it, imagine this one. They're saying the perimeter of these are smaller. So these perimeters are smaller than this one. So which one of these has a larger perimeter? Let's see. So 9 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2. So what is that? 18 plus 2 is 20 plus 2 is 22. So this is going to be 22, and above 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3. Why am I doing this? Because remember, whenever you have a rectangle, the upper side is 6, the length is, and the width is 3. Remember, and you add all of them to find the perimeter. So this is going to be 18. So 6 plus 6 is 12, 3 plus 3 is 6, and then 18. So which one has a smaller, they're saying which one has a smaller perimeter? This one. So remember, keep in mind that your one side has to be 6 and the other side needs to be 3. Now let's count which one has the side as 6 and which one has it as 3. Because then in the next one, 9 times 2, we get the area as 18. But when we find the perimeter, 9 plus 9 plus 2 plus 2, we get 22. You understand? So here the perimeter is larger. So this can belong to this one. And they're saying these ones, in the new garden, the perimeter is smaller. So what is the perimeter smaller? 6 plus 6 times, we said 6 times 3 is another option where you get 18. And what is the perimeter? It's also 18 when you add it. 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 3. Okay? So now let's check. So which one has 6 as the length and width as 3? So you can count first of all of them. Where are you getting? Okay, so we know that that you're getting 22. So let's say 22 is the perimeter for this one, right? So let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, not that one. 6 here. 6, 7, 8. And again, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Again, I'm going to say that you're not supposed to count inward, but I'm just going inward because the blocks are inside. So you can just do this above. If it's, you can do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is going to be 20. You can count it again by yourself. But this one, remember, it is smaller. Remember the perimeter, we don't want it to be, yeah. So let's count that one. Then we go to this one. So 1, 2, 3. This is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 6. Again, we found the answer. It's 6 times 3. Remember, we want 6 as the length and 3 as this, so we'll choose this as the answer. So we found that in here. Let's go to the next one. What is the perimeter of the new garden? We're just going to say the perimeter of the new garden is 18, right? Because 6 times 3 is 8. You get 6 times 3 as you get it as 18, and also when you add it, you get it as 18, which is a smaller perimeter than the 22. Again, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, if you don't understand anything, please do comment down below or reach out to me on my email. On here, what is the area of the dining room? What are you going to do here? Go to the dining room. It's 6. It's a rectangle. So 6 times 4. How do we find the How do we find the area for a dining room? We multiply the length times of it, which is 24 in this case. Now, what is the area of the ground floor? Now remember, here look, this is the longer side. So if it's 5 and 5, we're just going to put 5 here. It's a shorter side here, so what is a smaller number? 2. And then the longer side, now look, this is the longer side, so we're going to put 5 in here. Again, this is the longer side, so 6 in here. Again, here, let's check here. This one, 6, here it will be, it's the shorter side, so 4 will be here. Again, this is the shorter side, so 4 will be here. Again, let's figure out in here. This is the longer side, so you're going to choose 5 from here. And again, this is the longer side, so you're going to choose 6 from here. So that's how you can categorize it easily, give numbers to each side. Now add them, add each side. You're supposed to get the same number on this side and on the other one. So what do you get here? 5 plus 2 is 7. That's how you can check you're correct. 4 plus 3 is also 7. 5 plus 6 is 11. Again, check on these. 5 plus 6 is equals to 11. Now, how do you find the area of the ground floor? Again, what is this? You can see that, sorry, this is a rectangular. So 11 times 7 is 77. Let's go to the next one. Again, please don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. This is all the support you can give me to continue making these videos. So the area of rectangular plane figure with width 9 and 10. So remember, there's a rectangle again. There is 9. Sorry, this is 10 and this is 9. So what is 9 times 10 here? Again, you're just supposed to multiply the length times width for the area of rectangle. You get 90 here. And for the area of square. Now square, remember, they have all the same side. So if they give you one length, you can figure out the rest of the lengths are going to be the same. 9, 9, 9, 9. So 9 times, what is going to be 9 times 9? Because we multiply one side by the other and find out what is the area of the square. Now here what you get, they're telling you that each block is 3. I'm sorry, each block is 1. So now you're supposed to multiply this side by the length and by this side, right? So how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 1, 2, 3, 3 and times 3, right? So that's 15 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, 5 here, 1 here, 3, 4. 45. 45 will be the answer here. You can again count it. If you have any questions, you can ask me and you can just send me an email and I'll get back to you. So what is the volume of a right rectangular prism of 11 with 20 and 10? Again, what are you supposed to do? It's a right triangle. So you will get it like this, something like this and like this. So you're supposed to multiply each side. 20 times 11 times 10, again the same thing, 20 times 10, which will give you 200, and then you multiply it by 11, will give you 22, 22 and 22 and 0, 0. Okay, let's go to the next one now. So keep this in mind, even if they're telling you right triangle prism or anything, the volume will be calculated this way. 11 times 20 times 10. I'll give you 2, 2, 0, 0. The next one. In here, what is the volume of a cube with length side 5 centimeters? So again, your volume of a cube is going to be the same. The lengths are going to be the same. So 5 here, and the 5 on the side. That's going to be 5 times 5 times 5. What does that give you? 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 gives you 125. So that's going to be your answer. The next one. Now just the decimal numbers, you're just going to remember decimal numbers. How do you do them? Is that the number of zeros that you have here, you're just supposed to, every time you think about a whole number, the decimal point is outside. Remember, of every whole number, the decimal point is outside. If they're dividing by 10, you're going to move it once because there's 1 0. You can understand it this way. There's 1 0, so you only move it once inside to the left because you're making the number smaller. So 5.9, the next one, again, the same thing. 892. Let's do the bigger number. I'll be just doing 2 in these. 1 2 divided by 1000. Again, the decimal number is outside. You're supposed to move it inside. How many times? 3 times. 1 2 3. 7.215. The next one here, you're just supposed to divide. So 5.76. Now remember here, what are you supposed to do is that you have a decimal point, right? 5 is smaller. So 5 is smaller than 8. So you cannot do anything. There's no number in 8 that will give you 5 as the answer, right? No number multiplied by 8 that will give you 5 as the answer. So you will put the 0 up and you'll remove that decimal point. Now you have 57. We know that 8 times 7 is equals to 56. So we're just going to use that, 56, 0, 1, we bring the 6 down, and that's 2, 0.72. So now here, 6370, the same thing you will do again. Remember, write the multiplication that you think is the closest, right? So 6 times 6 is 36. We put 6 above, we put 36 at the bottom. That's 1, 0, and 10. Now 10, we know that 6 times 1 is a number that's appropriate, like it will be less than 10. And the closest, so we put 1 above, 6 at the bottom, it will be 4. Now you'll put the decimal up so you can use the 2. So bring the 2 down, and 6 times 7 is 42, right? So that is the answer, 61.7. Let's write the answer, 61.7. Again, I'll just do one question in this. The next one you can try it by yourself. The next one, again, the same thing. It's just, what is the quotient? You're just supposed to divide for 28.36. Right? Here you can clearly see. So you're going to do 4 times what is 28? 7. So we put 7 above, 28 at the bottom. We make it 0. We put the decimal point up, 3 down. And then 3 is less than 4. So it means there is no number in the multiplication of 4 that will give you a closest number to 3. So what we're going to do, if to bring this 6 down, you need to put a 0 up. So you'll put a 0 up, you'll put the 6 down. We know that is 9. So that is the answer, 7.09. The next one, again, the same thing, they're repeating the same question. Okay, the same question they're going to repeat again. Okay, let's go to the last one. In here, some of the students are struggling with this, is that they haven't written the numbers in a straight line, right? So what can we do here? So we can do ton. We can write in a straight manner, ton, kg, to grams, and to mg. You can make these arrows any ways, also this way. Okay, so remember, when you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, ton is larger than kg, what do? You multiply. And what do you multiply? By 1,000. And then you multiply it by 1,000 again. And multiply by 1,000 again. And when you're dividing, you'll be dividing by 1,000. When you're going from a smaller unit, small unit to a larger unit, again divide by 1,000. You can take a screenshot of this one and divide by 1,000, and then divide by 1,000. So now let's do the first one. 231.1 ton divided by, equals to kg. So what are you going to do here? Again, you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. And what is that? Ton to kg is multiplied by 1,000. So 230.1 times 1,000. 1, 2, 3. So 0, 0. So what is that going to give us? 230, 100. The next one, from kg to grams, Again, you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so that's going to be multiplied by 1,000 again. So 0.056 multiplied by 1,000, 1, 2, 3, that's going to be 56. The next one, now grams to ton. So now we're doing, when you're doing grams to ton, remember that you're going from a smaller unit now to a larger unit, you will divide. But also keep in mind, you're going from grams, you're going once, then you're jumping twice. So that's 1,000 and another 1,000. So you're going to be divide, so you add the zeros, 6 zeros. They're going to be dividing by 6 zeros, another 0. So 2, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, divide by 1,000. Sorry, not by 1,000. 1,000,000. So the decimal point is always outside. Put it inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0.23. 6,500. Again, you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit. So what are you going to divide by 1,000? Just going to skip once. And you can always see this when you write it down. If you have it in your head, if it's very clear, then go ahead and do that. But if it's not, then always writing down would be the best to go way forward. So divide by 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 6.5. There you go. Thank you for your time. Have a great day and good luck for your exam tomorrow or on Tuesday. Bye bye.